Hello everyone, my greetings to all of you. Today I would like to teach what is a computer, and also we will see how computer works, and then we try to explore the inside and outside view of a computer. So this class I wish will be useful for the beginners of the computer, and also for the people who often deals with the computer and the applications within the computer. So the objective of the class is, at the end of the class or at the end of this lecture, you will come to know how computer works, and also you will come to know the various components connected together and synchronized together such that the actual computer works. So dear all, first of all, what is a computer? Most of you might be working in your daily life with a computer, and also you will be using the computer. The point is, many of the students, they use the computer, but they don't know how exactly the computer works. So let us try to understand the computer in terms of hardware and software first. Let us see what is a computer. At the outside, a layman also can define a computer as combination of hardware and software. So if you are not a technical user of a computer, you can identify at the outset, when you look at the computer as combination of hardware and software. And other point that you can explore by looking at the computer is basically a device. Computer is basically a device. Device in the sense, it is more than calculator, more than phone that you use. So basically it is also device. But what type of device a computer is? Can you guess it? Computer is what type of device? Is it electrical device or electronic device or mechanical device? What type of device it is? Basically, computer is an electronic device. Remember, computer is an electronic device. Why it is an electronic device? Anybody can guess it? Because if you peep through the computer, inside the cabinet of the computer, you will find most of the components of the computer are simply electronic devices. Because of that reason, as 90% parts of the computer are electronic device. So electronic devices will work at a specified voltage. That too, electronic device normally works with direct current. So because of that reason, as a computer is having more than 90% of the components are electronic components, we define computer as an electronic device. Okay, fine. Then what will be the content inside the computer? Basically, the content inside the computer, we call it as a data. So data or information. So every student, a person who uses the computer will be storing their data or information within the computer. What is the purpose of storing the data inside the computer? Most of you guys, you will keep your data within the computer such that the data is permanent. So the important issue is, you want to preserve your data or information or the content that has to be preserved permanently for the longer duration of the time. So that is the reason why we store data inside the computer. Right? So data, I said data. Wait. I said data. So what is this data? Now basically, if you are not a technical user, or if you don't have any computer knowledge, data in terms of you could be like files, audios, videos, what else you can have? You can have right application programs, you may have games, you may have different apps. In mobile terminology we call it as apps. Now what is the size of the computer? If I say size of the computer, in the sense, what is the maximum data that a computer can store? That depends upon the components, the storage devices that you use in the computer. So however, the data within the computer, how do you measure the data within the computer? Now the point is, if you have bank account, you say that I have 1 lakh rupees. So at certain point of time this could be say 10 lakhs rupees, in the similar sense. So the data in computers will be measured in terms of bits. So basically bit means either it could be 1 or 0. So the total data, the data might be in the any form, like it may be in the file, or maybe in the audio, or it may be in the video form, or it may be in the application program, anything else. But end of the day, the data within the computer will be stored on memory device in the form of 1 or zeros. That is the reason why you most often find computer understands only binary language, because data is being stored in terms of 1 or 0. Now however, we call 8 bits collected together, we call it as byte. So 2 power 10 bytes is simply call it as 1 kilobyte. 2 power 10 kilobytes is equal to 1 megabyte. 2 power 10 megabytes is equal to 1 gigabyte. 2 power 10 gigabytes is equal to 1 petabyte. 2 power 10 petabytes is equal to, maybe it is like a terabyte. 2 power 10 gigabytes is equal to 1 terabyte. 2 power 10 terabytes is equal to 1 say petabyte, so on. So the data in the computer will be normally measured in terms of gigabytes. So somebody says that my hard disk size is say 1000 GB, or my RAM size is 4 GB or 8 GB. Normally very frequently used term in computer storage is gigabyte. Okay friends, now we try to see how the various components of a computer connected together, and all together they are synchronized together, and they will deliver the functionality. Let us see how we will see the various components of the computer and how to connect them, and also we try to understand the inside view of the computer by looking at the physical components of the computer. Okay friends, now let us see the components of a computer. So basically in the olden days, not in the olden days, 10 years 15 years back, if you see the computer, you could able to see these are the various devices. So this is the device, we call it as a display device. So display device, normally in the computer terminology it is called as a monitor. The display device is used to display the content inside the computer over here. So the display device is used to display the content inside the computer over here. So this type of devices we call them as CRT devices, cathode ray tube display devices. Olden days we generally use them. Nowadays we are using LCDs. Fine guys. Now the other thing is, this is the display device, and the main part of the computer we call it as a CPU or CPU. It is central processing unit, but the CPU is actually inside this cabinet. The main part of the computer is inside this cabinet. Okay guys. Then other things you can see with the computer is input devices. The first, the primary or basic input devices normally used with computer is, one is keyboard, other one is mouse. So user used to use these input devices to pass on his whatever the data he would like to pass into the computer. He will be using the keyboard and mouse to give the input instructions to the computer. So these are the input devices. You can see various input devices exist. Now this is the main part of the computer called as the central processing unit, will be inside this cabinet. This whole is called as a cabinet. Now this is actually constitutes the computer. Now if you look at this back of this cabinet, if you look here, you will find various ports. These are the various ports used to connect the external devices to the computer. In fact, the monitor is connected to this CPU or central processing unit, or we call generally we call it as a cabinet. Okay, fine guys. Now this, what happens when you connect this monitor cable, it is called as a data cable. When you connect to this to the CPU, so whatever there inside this memory of the computer will go on passing, and it will be displayed in the monitor. That's fine. The other thing is that if you want to start the computer, you have to supply the power for the monitor and also as well as the power for the CPU guys. Okay, once if you pass the power to the CPU and also power to the monitor, then your computer starts working. Okay, fine guys. Now only thing is, make sure that the monitor cable is connected to the CPU, and at the same time the input device is also connected to the keyboard and mouse, also connected to the CPU at the proper ports. Keyboard port is there, mouse port is there. You look at here, various ports you will find. So you will be installing all the input devices using all these ports. Fine. Once all of them are connected together, basic components are keyboard, mouse, monitor and CPU. If all these are connected, the power supply is given for monitor separately and also for the CPU separately, then your computer starts working. Now this is the external view of a computer, friends. So this is the central processing unit, these are the input devices, and this is the output device. Fine guys. Now let us see inside view of the computer. So what happens inside the computer? If I open the cabinet, so look at here, so you will find many components inside the computer. The first and foremost I would like to show you is called as hard disk. So normally you will hear the term hard disk. So this is the hard disk. The actual data inside the computer exists in this device. This device will be holding the information or data of the user permanently, and if data is available in the hard disk, that is permanent. Once it is stored, this data exists always. So this is the hard disk. Now this is called bus. If you see the cable is there, this is the bus, means the data transfer between the computer central processing unit and the hard disk happens through this bus. So this is called the data bus. Sometimes this bus will have data lines, control lines and also address lines. So I have 64-bit bus here. The data will be transferred either from the main memory to hard disk, or from the hard disk to main memory, or from hard disk to display devices. Will happen through this bus only. This bus is connected to the motherboard of the computer. Motherboard, you see the here, motherboard is basically it's a board on which you can deploy all the circuits, electronic circuits. So again this hard disk needs the power supply, man. So basically what happens, you see here, this is called a SMPS, where you will be giving input supply of 230 volts. But see, the computer, most of the components needs below a 10 volt supply. So the AC current is converted into DC current prior it passes to the motherboard. So this is the device which converts the AC current being given into DC current, and moreover all the components which are there on the motherboard will need only 5 volt supply. So 5 volt supply will be given to all the components of the computer. So this is the hard disk where your operating system, your programs, your data, everything will resides in this. But remember, whatever the data exists in the hard disk, that will not be displayed on the monitor. That will not be displayed on the monitor. So to display the data inside this hard disk, what we have to do is we have to load the data available in the hard disk into the other memory of a computer, called it as a primary memory. Look at here, we have other memory in the computer, it is called as primary memory. Look at this. This is the primary memory of a computer. This is very important. This is called primary memory of a computer. To display anything in the monitor, the content or the data should exist in the primary memory of the computer. So the operating system initially will be in the hard disk. Once you switch on the computer, the operating system is being loaded into this primary memory. Once the operating system is in the primary memory, that will be displayed over the display screen. Okay guys, now the operating system inside this disk will be loaded into the primary memory by using a special program. It is called as BIOS, basic input output system. We will talk about the BIOS and other things in the next series of lectures. So this is called primary memory. So normally nowadays primary memory comes in terms of GBs. You have 4 GB primary memory, somebody will have 10 GB primary memory. Okay guys, there are other slots also. The most important component of the computer, if you see, it is called processor. In the olden systems it will be like so, processor. On top of the processor we have a cooling fan. So processor will be the main component of the computer. If you see, this is the processor, main component of the computer. This is the reason behind processing all the data inside the computer. Okay guys, this is the old view of a computer where we have input devices, mouse and keyboard. The other one is display device. Display device means earlier for computer it is separate. Nowadays you see you have mobile, and mobile you have display screen. If your display screen gets damaged, you will replace the display screen with the new display screen. In the similar sense, in the olden days it is a separate CRT monitor. Nowadays we are using LCDs. Okay fine. Then this is the CPU, not CPU, it is a cabinet. Inside the cabinet we have the most important component called as a CPU. And this is the hard disk, and this is the primary memory. These are the main things inside the computer. Then once if you switch on the computer, the operating system which is there in the hard disk will